tell you guys why. To look good, man. God damn, like, what else? What's up, you guys? It's Saturday. We just wrapped up a leg session here at my friend James' house. It was a pretty trash session, man. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't sleep well last night. I think the low carbs was getting to me as well. And overall, I just came in. I went through the motions. It wasn't, like I completely just didn't do nothing, but it was definitely not on par with what I expect of myself. But today we have a refeed, so we're gonna eat some more carbs than usual today. This usually consists of a lot of oatmeal protein pancakes and pasta, and I usually have it in one meal, just because I like having that feeling of, damn, I'm all this food, like I just love picking out. But right now, I just wanted to talk to you guys real quick about why I even want to lean out, why I'm on a quest to get to a goal of 173 pounds, why I want to push my body that far, because as we all know, being overweight is unhealthy, being obese is unhealthy, but leaning out is also unhealthy. I'm not saying I'm on the super unhealthy side of leaning out yet, but like I said, it is unhealthy to be so lean. But like I said, I've never been there, and that's what I want to talk to you guys about. My whole life, I've been overweight ever since I was a little kid. I've always been, that chubby kid that was, just had on more fat than the rest of us. So I believe, like, my last year of college, I was I was fluctuating between, I wouldn't say 250 to 260. That was in college. As a little kid, by, I believe, in third grade, I was already like 130 pounds. By sixth grade or seventh grade, I was already in the 180s, 190s, pushing 200. High school, I was definitely 200, and I went all the way up to like 238 for my highest in high school. I dropped all the way down to 203 during my sophomore year of high school, because I started playing football, and then I started doing track and field, and that got me really leaned out. Not super leaned out, but it made me lose some pounds. But then after that, I headed on to college. College, I didn't give a damn my first year. I blew up again to around 200. Well, I finished high school around like 230. And then, so as you can see, I regained the weight that I lost sophomore year, from 203 to like 235 in high school. And then in college, my first year, I started around 235, 240. Had all that good food from Commons. Shout out to UC Irvine, Mesa Court. We had some shitty. Actually, it wasn't that bad. People complained a lot about the food court, because my dorming area was getting renovated with like a whole new building. Like, so they were putting a whole new infrastructure or commons where we would eat. It was like a portable type setup, and people always complain like the food wasn't the best, especially compared to the other freshman dining halls called Pippin's, and that was at Middle Earth. It was actually fire, and it was actually better. But that shit was like, what, 10 minutes, 15-minute walk from where I was, and I was not gonna walk that far just for dinner. I thought my food court was good enough. As you can see, that tells you how lazy I was. In college, I had all that good food, and I blew up again even more to like 258 pounds, 258 pounds. And at that point, I was like, damn, I gotta do something. By the way, I'm 6 feet tall. So, if you don't have a lot of muscle at, in the 200s, and you're 6 feet tall, you're gonna start looking little big from here, stomach area. So I was definitely pushing pounds. Got all the way up to like 255 freshman year, and then it was like a wake up call. I was like, I gotta drop some pounds. So spring quarter, I went on a weight loss journey, and I actually dropped down to like 225. I have a picture right here. And in my mind, I was like, damn, you're looking good, bro. Like, I started to feel good. I was like, you're making that happen. You know, every time you lose weight, you get those feelings of like, damn, I'm working. I'm putting in the work. It feels good. You're looking good. Your clothes fit better, and that's how I was feeling. But then I finished freshman year around like 225, and from there forward, it was just back up to a new high. So sophomore year, especially junior year, and then even my senior year, I just didn't really care that much about my weight, and I let it go all the way up to at my worst 273 pounds, I believe. Here's another picture, and that was man. As you can see in the pictures, I looked like I look sad, man. Like, not only did I not feel good, I didn't look good. I didn't feel like I belonged. It was just a combination of just feeling like telling myself like, how did I let this happen? You know, because it really is all up to you, man. Like, you can't blame nobody else but yourself, unless you have like a condition. But still, like, you're the one that put that food in your mouth, and you're the one that wasn't conscious of what was happening to your body. So it was more so like, damn, I let me get to this level. Like, I didn't do anything. So when I was around 273, I was like, all right, I actually like didn't even have to go on a weight loss journey, because my body naturally wanted to stay around like the high 240s, low 250s. So I don't know, my body I started working out a little bit more, and it wasn't up until like I did 5 years of college, my fifth year, where I was like, all right, man. I was playing rugby throughout my college years. So my last season, I was like, I want to drop some weight. I just want to get in shape. I want to actually enjoy the game a little bit more. Like, rugby is fun, don't get me wrong, but at the weight I was at, man, it was pretty taxing on my body. So I was like, let me drop some pounds and see how it feels like to play the game at a leaner body weight. So I went on the mission. I decided for myself that I was gonna drop pounds this time, no messing around. I was gonna drop some pounds, get to a goal weight of around 200, and play my last season of college rugby at around 200 pounds. See how that felt. And I did that. Starting August 2019, I, started tracking my food, started working out, and then, not allowing myself to fall off track. And I actually was August 2018. And by the time my rugby season came, it was around January. Yeah, late January. I got down to 206 pounds, 210 pounds, around there. So I'll probably have some pictures. Maybe I'll put them up here. But from August, September, October, November, December, 5 months, I started the weight loss around like 240, and I dropped all the way down to around like 210. So that was about, I don't remember the exact numbers, but that's about, give or take, a 40 pound loss in 5 months? August, 5-6 months. And that was the most I had committed to myself. That was the most I had stayed true to what I had set myself to do, and it felt good. And when I got to that goal weight, I actually didn't even realize that I was making such progress until I started seeing the changes on my body. Like, I remember around like the 225 pounds, like I started getting a little bit of vascularity on my arms. I was like, ooh, shit, like, it's getting serious, when you get those first veins on your biceps. And yeah, it was nice seeing that progress. It kept me going. But it wasn't, the thing about it is that I wasn't motivated. Like, seeing the scale drop wasn't what was motivating me. Like, it was a factor, obviously, but the main thing is I wanted to get in shape for my rugby season. So honestly, for the most part, I didn't track my weight like religiously, whatever, until I got down to like the 210s. Like, from 240 to like 210, I was just tracking my weight maybe like once a week, twice a month, I don't know, 3 times a month. Not so much. And I was making progress. And then I finally got to the 210s and started playing my season. Got injured. First game. First 10 minutes into the game, 10, 15 minutes. Tore my wrist ligament on my right hand. And that was it. My season was over. So I ended up going in a cast for 3 months. And I wasn't able to play pretty much the entire season. I came back for the last game and that was it. So I achieved my goal of leaning out, to play the game of rugby at a leaner physique. I didn't even get to enjoy that much, like I said. I got injured right away. And not only did I get injured and it put me out of rugby, it put me out of lifting for those 3-4 months. Like for that good amount, I was in the gym. I didn't start working out. I was in the gym still doing my cardio, obviously. I wasn't running because I had a big old cast on my arm. But I was doing my cardio, walking, treadmill outside. I was eating my food that I had to eat, my calorie requirements. And I was lifting and not weights, but I remember for like chest, I would get the cable machines, the ones where like you could do flies and all that, chest flies. And I would wrap the cables around my arm on this side where I had the cast, and I would grab it with this arm, and I would like go like this for like cable flies, and that would be like a chest workout. Or like the pec machine, I would also just go like this. And then for shoulders, I would wrap the cables, and then I would do like side laterals. And for back was the one that suffered the most. I didn't really hit this side that much because I was never doing many movements, but you need your hand to do rows, to do pull-ups, everything. So there were definitely some things that suffered, but for the most part, I stayed active, and I think that was a big contributor to not going back to the weight I was at. Because once you get injured and you're out that long, you kind of start slacking off. You're like, I'm just gonna start eating a little bit more. I'm gonna, maybe take a day off or two. But I said, nah, no way. Like I'm too committed to this. Like I'm too deep. I enjoy this. This is my lifestyle. I'm making changes happen, and I just stayed true to it. And I worked around it. After those 3-4 months were up, I had gone from. I didn't lose that much weight during that time. I was like 210 when I got injured. I dropped to like 203. So that's still progress. In 3-4 months, that's still progress. But obviously, I had to work up. I lost a lot of strength, especially on my bench and my compounds. And when I came back to the gym, it was around May. And that's when I was like, okay, like what do I want to do? Do I want to keep losing weight? Do I want to maintain? What do I want to do? I was around 200 pounds, 203. So I decided, you know what? Let's keep it going. So I kept it going, dropped my calories again, did up my cardio, and finally started doing like some actual weightlifting now that the cast was off. This is 8 months post initial I'ma lose weight mentality or commitment. So I started, getting back into a regular lifting routine, doing regular cardio, and I managed to drop again all the way down to 193 pounds. And I actually hit a low of like 189, but I was dying at that point. Like 189 was, I had to do so much to get to that level. Like 193 was the most solid low weigh-in I had, where I was still feeling like pretty good. The 191, 189, that I was feeling like death. I remember at my graduation, like it was in June 2019, like June 14, I believe. My graduation day, I was still, on my diet. So I was like on 2,000 calories. I was doing cardio like 5 times a week, 6 times a week, running 4 miles. And on top of that, my job consisted of pure walking. Like my job during college, I was a parking officer. and I was pretty much walking like 3 miles every day. So my body was taxed. And my graduation day, I could feel it. Like to this day, like I remember I was like in zombie mode. Like I remember telling my family like I damn near wanted to faint when I was walking this stage. And now that I think about it, kind of sucks, man. I didn't get to enjoy that moment as much as I should have. But hey, like I was committed to my goal, and
Just making sure.
what? That I'm not there. So I got down to like 189, 181 for that June graduation day. Had a huge cheat day that weekend because the family went down to see me for graduation. Obviously, ate so much food. I remember I went to Universal Studios and they have these huge donuts. They're like huge. They're like this big, literally. I bought like 3 of those to take home, and I ate them that weekend. On top of that, I ate a ton of pasta at an Italian buffet, and I was just eating, man. Like I picked out, and obviously I had that was a It's not like I didn't plan. Like I had cheat days here and there throughout my diet, which I'll talk on the later video. Point being though, I got down to like 191. And then after that, like at 191, this is how I was looking. In the low 190s, 189s, high 189s. And I was like, I'm still not happy, man. Like I really, my biggest thing was my midsection. As you can see, I really had no abs at that weight. And, by that point I had already lost, I want to say probably like 60 pounds from my initial weight. And I had already lost around like 80 something pounds from my all-time high. So in my mind, I was just like, man, how come I don't got abs? Like I was just frustrated that my midsection wasn't leaning out as much as I wanted to. And that's what kept me like on the thought process of like, I gotta lean out more. Keep in mind, by that time I was already on like 1900 calories, doing cardio every day, every single day. I would not miss it. Cardio every day, 3 miles minimum, 4 miles usually though. And like I said, on top of that, my job, 3 miles every day. So my body, I didn't know what to do. Like I feel like if I dropped calories even more, like I was gonna actually like just start going to like full on starvation mode. And it was finally like I hit a point where I was like, you know what? I just can't lean out more. Like it's not beneficial for me. And shout out to my friend James, man. Like he was always there when I was having like all these like things where like I didn't know what to do. And he told me like, hey man, like you did a great job already, but if you really want to tighten them up that midsection, you're just gonna have to stop dieting. You're gonna have to reverse diet, and you're gonna have to pack on some muscle first before you even think about getting that midsection tightened up and actually getting abs. So as much as I just wanted to keep that goal going, it wasn't the best course of action. So I stopped dieting. I finally went to a reverse diet and started eating more. Brought my calories up to around like 2400, 23. Cardio wasn't there as much. I dropped down to like 3 sessions, 3 miles a week. And honestly, I could have dropped even more, but I actually enjoy running. Like that weight loss actually taught me that I do enjoy running. So I kept the running still up. And yeah, I started, working out more, trying to focus on building strength, building muscle. And I entered a semi-bulk phase from like September 2019 to like December 2019. It wasn't really a true bulking phase though, because my calories were still kind of all over the place. I didn't really want to go into a surplus. I was still kind of in that mentality of like, I don't want to get fat. And honestly, like I just didn't put on as much muscle as I would have liked. But what it did do, it was it fixed my metabolism a little bit. It is not good to diet that long, guys. I had already been dieting for almost a year at that point, and that's just unhealthy. Like having your body on the deficit for that long, it takes a huge toll. So I did that. I went back on that bulk, and I went up to like 206 pounds, my highest. I think I have some pictures right here. And then after that, I was like, all right, 206, I think it's time to cut again. which that I had that thought in like February 2020 when all this Rona stuff was happening. So I started going on the diet. I started cutting. I went from 206 to like 190 from February to like March, and by the time I got to the 190s is where my body likes to stay. I realize that now. When it's time to go lower than that, I gotta start upping things. I gotta start really, making sure I'm on track with everything, and really just, being committed to my goal. And I didn't honestly, like, I thought I could get away with like cheat days every weekend. Huge cheat days, by the way. Like, if you guys saw them, you guys be like, what the hell? But yeah, huge cheat days, and then just kind of all the progress I would do on a week, I would undo it on the weekends. And I stood around like the 190s. I hit on my own, I hit a low weigh-in of 183 pounds. And like, same thoughts started coming back when I was 183. I was like, man, how come my midsection is it's just not tight still? Like, damn, like how much weight do I gotta lose? And that's when I was like, you know what? I don't want to keep going lower in weight, keep dropping calories up in cardio without having someone like be there for me, telling me, or at least assuring me that what I'm doing is right. Because like, even though I do have all this experience from like losing weight and like, knowing what to eat, caloric needs, cardio needs, and all that, I'm realizing now it's a different game trying to really, get those abs, get those little shredded lines. I'm not talking about completely shredded, but to really, really lean out. It's a different game than losing just, pounds. I could tell you right now, the weight loss journey I went to, it definitely wasn't easier, but it's not the same as getting shredded, as making those abs pop, as, getting those veins to come out. And that's when I decided, when I was like 183, I decided, I'm going to get a coach. And I hired my boy. You guys know him. You got to know him. Beast Mode from Pump Chasers. Represent. Shout out to you, Chris Jones. I'm your client, bro. That was when the next phase of leaning out started for me. That's when I started all of this recording to hold myself accountable. And so far with him, it's been great. Like, he's a good coach. He's getting me results, and shit's getting hard, yeah, but I'm getting the results, and it's not gonna be an easy road to lean out. I now understand that, so I'm just staying committed to the process. I'm staying on my diet, on my cardio, and I'm happy that I have someone who knows this process, who's guided people through this process. Be there for me for those moments when you doubt yourself and you just think you're not doing the right thing, or just don't see the results. This is the time where I'm like, I gotta get to my goal. I gotta lean out, and I'm expecting to have abs by the time that I'm done getting coached with him. I'm not saying, hey Chris, get me abs, bro. No, I'm saying that by the time I'm done with all that weight loss, and by the time I'm done pushing my body, I should have visible abs. And that's the goal for this cut, to lean out, to have some abs, get a little bit more shredded on the extremities, tighten up the midsection. I really want to minimize the loose skin I have from the years of being overweight. And yeah, just overall get whole ready. Yeah, that's the goal. Why do I want that goal? Why? Let me tell you guys why. To look good, man. God damn, like, what else? Nah, I'm just playing. I mean, obviously that's part of it. Like, I want the aesthetics of like, a more leaned out physique. But beyond that, man, like, in my mind, it's crazy that I have the potential to have lost 100 pounds, triple digits. That's a whole ass person, man. From my highest weight to my hopefully lowest weight this cut. Like I said, my highest weight ever, 273 pounds. And to get all the way down to like 173, 170 maybe even, it's crazy in my mind that I could achieve that, to lose 100 pounds. Like I remember back in the day, man, losing 20 pounds. That seemed like a huge wall that was never gonna be able to climb. And to prove to myself that not only that I could lose weight, but I could maintain the weight loss, I could maintain the lifestyle, and now I could pursue an even leaner physique and even more aesthetic physique that reflects my hard work. I think that's amazing, and that's what I want to strive to just get even more leaned out this time around. That I'm dieting again. I'm trying to get cut again. I just think I really want that goal for myself. It's a selfish goal. Like honestly, right now, like I look at myself and I'm like, hey, you did your thing, man. Like I already lost like what? From my all-time high, I'm already down like 90 something pounds. And like my body's completely different, like it's night and day. So yeah, like I've already achieved great results, but it's like that mentality, like it's that further beyond mentality, that Goku always ascending mentality, that pushing yourself past your limits mentality. Like you just want to get better and better. And it doesn't necessarily have to be aesthetically, but currently that's the goal right now. Like once I start bulking, once I start going into like a different phase of my lifting career, I guess. Yeah, I want to put on some muscle. I want to look more, get my strength up and all that. But that's down the road. Right now, the goal is to get down to like 173. To look, have my body tighten up. Have my stomach tighten up. Look a little bit better, shirtless, man. Like I remember back in the day, taking my shirt off in public, bro. Never. That was never gonna happen. Like every time I went swimming with my friends, and it's crazy because like I had a lot of not fat friends, but I had a little like chubby friends growing up, and like man, like they just didn't give a damn. Shout out to them, man. Shout out to other people that don't let society take a toll on their mentality and insecurities and build their insecurities and all that. I myself wasn't like that. I was hugely insecure to even take off my shirt in public. And to go from that to just now, like I remember the other day on the vlog I said like I was running at the marina, I took my shirt off and it felt so good, man. Like I'm still not where I want to be, but to just have the confidence to do that, I can't tell you how good that feels. But we just gotta keep pushing it, man. We gotta continue getting better, continue achieving what we set out to achieve, and then after that, then we'll move on to other things. But for now, I want to get down to like the 170s to have a more aesthetic physique, tighten up my midsection, try to reduce the loose skin that I have. They have that crazy just being able to say like, damn, I lost 100 pounds, like triple digits in my lifetime. And to have a body that shows that, and have like not just for myself, but to be able to show people that you could do it. Like you gotta commit, you gotta stay true to the goal, you gotta put in the work every day, but you can do it. And that's also why I want to keep just getting better, keep ascending, to show people that it's all up to you, man. That whatever goal you want, you could achieve it. You just gotta stay committed and you gotta put in the work. So keep following me on this journey, man. I'm gonna keep vlogging to show you guys, the process that I go through. Like I said, it is not easy. I'm getting hungry all the time. Cardio's dragging on. Lifting is not as intense as it should be. And, energy levels are dropping. But, maybe this could help you guys see, that there's people out there putting in work. Like, I'm not the only one trying to go through this. And I tell that to myself. Like, there's people out there who are struggling with this. Like, just, losing some more weight. And in general, like this is a struggle, and the struggle, it's doesn't necessarily have to be weight loss. Like anything that you overcome that can motivate people. You know what I'm saying? Like anything you achieve could be motivational to someone. So why not document this and show you guys that you could do it? So yeah, we're gonna keep it pushing. We're gonna keep it going. Got a couple of more weeks left to achieve the goal, and yeah, man, stay tuned to see the final results, and then just to see what else what else I got planned, because I also want, like I said, it's not just about, I don't want to do this just to show you guys that I could do it at all. Like, I got what it takes. I want to do this so you guys see that you got what it takes, that if you put your mind to it, you could do it. And down the road, I'm gonna post more informational stuff, you could say, like actual concrete things that I did to lose the initial weight that I had, things that I do currently to lose the weight, things that help me throughout the process, you know, just different fitness things, and just in general, I just hopefully, you know, things that you guys are able to take home and apply to yourself that could help you on whatever you want to do. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. About to go get that refeed in, which I might record, I don't know. But yeah, I gotta take a piss, man. God damn. And I'm out.